Greetings and welcome to a fresh episode of the Skunts of Skunville, aka What's Trending. I'm your friendly neighborhood skuntologist. My name is Mudwata, and I'm the most wanted cartoon in Guyana for many reasons. Today, we're trending number 1 on the list of skunts because a convicted drug trafficker went and make a report to the police one week. All the details coming up just after the intro. Stay tuned.
Hey, something ever surprise you like when you see it, you go, what?
Before we get started, if you're new to the Skunts, don't be shy. Press that subscribe button so you can get your Skunville citizenship and become an official member of the Mind People Business Association. Now I bust the Lightshore newspapers today to see what's trending in the news, and there is Guyana Uncut. This stink, piss-up-face, shit-mouth, pimple-dick skunthole went and make a report to the Rhineville police station and call up we name and got the police intensifying their search for the location of Skunville. Yeah, come here, Skunty. Convicted drug trafficker Roger Khan has filed a cybercrime report against individuals involved in the leaking of a sex tape that reportedly featured him. It didn't reportedly featured him. It featured the mother skun because we could clearly see his face getting pissed on. Anyways, a few days ago, a video was released on social media along with screen grabs by Guyana Uncut, a popular social media site with 237,000 followers. You see what I'm telling you about this Lightshore newspaper? It's actually 224,000 followers, you skunt. But thanks. The site reportedly released the explicit content on its Telegram channel known as the Underworld. It's the Mudwata Underworld, ya mother skunt. According to sources, the site charges a fee to view the leaked tape. That is inaccurate. We charge a fee to enter the underworld, and wherever the skunt leak in their leak, because users could post their own content as well. So I get our facts straight. Khan reportedly did not consent to the release of the video and has filed a police complaint against the woman seen in the video and other individuals he believes are blah blah blah. Let me tell you all this. The police got a work for do, and we got we work for do. Without Guyana Uncut, a lot of skunts would have never seen the light of day. Guyana Uncut is the largest Guyanese YouTube channel, and we will soon be the most followed Guyanese Facebook page. The police thought they caught the owner of Guyana Uncut back in 2022 and looked fully done in the court. I gotta find out what happened to the case. How we set up this platform, it could never be shut down by the authorities in Guyana. And we don't just come out and terror innocent people just like that. Everyone that was featured on Guyana Uncut had it mother skunt coming. I'll dare anyone to find an instance where we tormented an innocent person. Look at the people that coming after we and you will see a pattern. Marcus Bisram, Tamesh Jagmohan, Roger Khan, Leroy Big Shit Smith, Guyanese Shitix, Otisha is a set of fucking anti-man and drug dealers that we exposed. And we will continue to terror the mother skunt. Now back to King Pimple Dick. I see a lot of people showing sympathy for this crass ever since the first video we featured him in since 6 years ago. The problem with many Guyanese is that they suffer memory loss. It seems like everyone forgot that Roger Khan was the most complete criminal in Guyana who controlled everything during his reign, all the way up to government. Watch this refresher course and be reminded who King Pimple Dick was. Shahid Roger Khan was once Guyana's #1 narco criminal who controlled the government of Guyana under the PPP's leadership. Khan was considered the Pablo Escobar of the Caribbean by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. To find out why they made this assertion, let's look at some information leaked from a U.S. Embassy telegram via WikiLeaks. The Americans believed that Khan established connections with the Colombian criminals sometime in the early 2000s and became the main link for all cocaine passing through Guyana from Colombia. The DEA developed a plan in 2004 to establish a counter-narcotics operation in Guyana. An informant leaked details about the operation, and after the leak, Khan threatened to blow up the site of operation and threatened the life of the US ambassador to Guyana. Those threats forced the DEA to abandon the plan. It is reported that Khan surrounded himself with a gang of ex-police who were formerly Tactical Services Unit members, known to many as the Black Clothes Police. These men were paid upwards of 300,000 Guyana dollars to serve as Khan's personal bodyguards. This was way more than what they used to make while serving in the Guyana Police Force. The DEA also believed that Roger Khan was the founder of the Phantom Squad, also known as the Death Squad, who the late former Minister of Home Affairs Ronald Gadraj employed to kill suspected criminals between 2002 and 2004. The minister protected Khan at the government level and defended him from the DEA. In December of 2002, Khan and two other men, one whom was an active policeman, were arrested by military officers at a roadblock in a bulletproof vehicle. The vehicle contained sophisticated cell phone intercept equipment, satellite phones, and high-powered weapons. All charges were dropped against Khan. A senior government official told the DEA that the weapons and communication equipment were handed back over to Khan, and that the arrest was a mistake because Khan was working with the police when the arrest was made.
My character is impeccable.
U.S. court documents had shown that it was under Dr. Ramsami's hand, then as health minister, that the government bought spy equipment, which was later seized from drug trafficker Roger Khan in 2002. Despite the evidence, Ramsami denies the question, saying his hands are clean.
So my hands are clean. I have never touched any one of those things. I'm never engaged and involved in these things. So there was a letter, and I am not engaged. I said that to you many years ago, I can't remember, and I'm saying it again, that my hands are clean.
Peter Myers, the co-director of UK firm Smith Myers, had testified on the oath that the intercept equipment was indeed sold to the government of Guyana, and further testimony from the defense team of Roger Khan's lawyer, Robert Simmels, identified Dr. Ramsami as the one who bought the spy equipment for the government.
The Americans believed that Roger Khan had penetrated almost every level of the Guyanese government and society. Khan was arrested in Suriname in 2006 and extradited to the USA to face narco-trafficking, witness tampering, and illegal gun possession charges. Before his arrest, Guyana was on the road to becoming a narco state. Khan made a plea deal and was handed a 40-year sentence, 10 for gun possession, 15 for witness tampering, and 15 for trafficking cocaine. But wait, don't feel too warm yet. These times will run concurrently, which means Khan will only serve 15 years behind bars. At the time of the sentence, Khan had already served 3 years, which means Khan will be home mid-2019. Keep in mind that he also committed crimes in Guyana. Now, I don't know about you, but I have some burning questions. Will the police be waiting for Roger Khan at the Jagan airport?
Convicted Guyanese drug trafficker Shahid Roger Khan is scheduled to be released from a federal correctional institution in Miami on July 8, 2019. In June of 2006, Khan was arrested in Paramaribo with 3 of his bodyguards in a sting operation. Police there had netted more than 200 kilograms of cocaine. Instead of being deported to Guyana, Khan was flown to Trinidad, where he was handed over to immigration authorities, who then handed him over to U.S. officials. And in October of 2009, Khan was sentenced to 30 years imprisonment for trafficking large amounts of cocaine into the United States of America, witness tampering, and illegal firearm possession. The sentences were ordered to run concurrently, which means that Khan's term of imprisonment was 15 years. Crime Chief Paul Williams was on Wednesday asked about Khan's possible return to Guyana and how proactive is the CID to monitor Khan's activities.
We're talking about Shahid Roger Khan, who is likely to be deported to Guyana from the US. How are you going to be able to monitor this individual who has such a strong influence on certain factors of society?
As it relates to the release of Roger Khan, I don't think there's anything that we need to be fearful of. Because if Roger Khan has to return to Guyana, we will know that information beforehand. And as a result of that, it simply means that we will have to be proactive in terms of our preparation and to put the requisite system in place to address, issues and so on.
Roger Khan was considered probably the most complete criminal in Guyana's history. Khan had stated in a public advertisement that he had been fighting crime at the behest of the then PPP government. The crime chief spoke about those who may still want to pledge allegiance to Khan.
Yeah, there might be certain persons who still hold allegiance to him, to feel that on his return, you understand me, they may be able to continue the type of activities and so on. But I want to say, I don't think that will be possible. So even if they hold that allegiance, they may be hold that allegiance and say, well, yes, they're still brotherhood. But I don't think to really go back down in the part of any criminal activities that you were able to exercise or they were previously involved in.
Many have formed the view that the then PPPC government under the presidency of Barra Jagdeo allowed Khan a free rein to operate in the name of crime fighting after the country experienced an unprecedented crime spree that was triggered by the February 23, 2002 Camp Street prison break. The crime chief assured that with the competence of the Criminal Investigations Department at this time, no one like Roger Khan would be able to rise up.
Because I think the force is more advanced, is more capable. And definitely, whatever is the requisite resources that we need in terms of, monitoring persons with a level of influence, I know definitely we have it and we're going to get more. And then remember, it's a lesson learned. We would have learned from Roger Khan's lesson. So why should we want to wait again until Roger Khan of himself come back? We should not allow nobody else within that similar thinking or behavior to even rise up within this nation.
Then chairman of the Central Intelligence Committee, Dr. Roger Luncheon, had stated, quote, the Guyana government could find no compelling evidence for Khan to be investigated, unquote. Whenever Khan returns to Guyana, he will have to toe the line according to the crime chief.
So I don't think, we are fearful in terms of Roger Khan's return.
You are aware that he will return in 2019?
I don't know if he will return. But when he return, he got to come back home. That's it. But we are prepared.
Khan was also believed to be the head of the then infamous Phantom Squad. He was allowed to acquire intercept equipment, which enabled him to listen to the conversations and determine the locations of his intended victims. That cellular intercept equipment used by Khan had been sold to the then PPP government. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Now let me tell you what prompted us to make this video about King Pimple Dick. While he was incarcerated in the US, my colleagues and I were having a discussion, and one of them revealed that one of Roger Khan's men allegedly raped someone that he was close to back in the Phantom Squad era at a flat concrete building in Station Street Kitty. He said, even though Khan is not the one who performed the act on the individual on that occasion, he often participated in those type of activities at the same location. My colleague said he was following up on the matter and a death threat was issued to him. We never brought this up before because rape is a hard thing to prove. And though this is what was said to us by our colleague, it should be noted that I am not asserting that it is a fact. I'm simply telling you what the vice happened and why we opted to make that little mini documentary on Khan. The information that we focused on in the mini documentary were facts that we were able to verify. Khan was implicated in countless murders, and the other day, he was drunk at a party and said it's close to 400 heads he has under his belt. Before we continue, now is a good time to tell you that Sheriff Security is the #1 security service in Guyana by any measure. As we transition into guava season, don't let your guard down. Protect your home or business with Sheriff Security's traditional or high-tech security solutions. And for you heavy-duty engine owners, Powered Automotive is the #1 stop for all your heavy-duty engine and truck parts. Buy high-quality parts at affordable prices and avoid lengthy downtime. Remember, time is money. Visit them at 1161 EE Eccles or call the number on your screen. We can't forget GT Eats. If you're hungry and you need the food to come and find you, download the GT Eats app and access top restaurants in Guyana where you will have the convenience of paying with your credit or debit card. Anyways, when King Pimple Dick was released in 2019 and deported to Guyana, we were looking out for him to be held accountable for his crimes. But Mibai ended up getting the hush-hush package and was able to proceed to enjoy all his ill-gotten gains, including this big fancy house in a gated community in the Yar Park. I hope you understand now why we're laughing so hard at him for eating Bamsi, getting pissed on, and complaining about red pimples on his dick that he wants a cream for. I hope he get a cream. Now that you have all that context, let me give my mouth some more liberty and let you know this now. Khan is best friends with an Essequibo rice farming gold dealer that we also terribly pissed off by exposing his dirty business. Last year, someone went and shut up the home of one of our colleagues, and the police pretended to investigate and dropped the case. So we had to call in the own people to investigate. It turns out, and these facts are important, so pay attention. It turns out it was this motorcycle that was used in the shooting. When we tracked down the motorcycle, the owner did not match the description of the shooter. We then put surveillance on the owner and made an astonishing discovery. It turns out, the owner of this motorcycle's son is the driver and personal bodyguard of the same Essequibo rice farming gold dealer. Now that's a huge coincidence, right? As if that wasn't enough, The assholes them like to brag. And you know they said Bush got ears, right? Y'all don't worry. We're packaging everything up into a documentary with footage and all the evidence to be released soon. But this is on the gold dealer's side. We're also planning a mini-series on the victims of Roger Khan, aka Pimple Dick. Anyone who has suffered at the hands of Roger Khan are asked to kindly reach out to me personally on WhatsApp at 415-758-1041 and let us get your story out there. We could do the interviews and hide your identity, but let me tell you, you have nothing to fear. Now is the time to come forward and bury this motherfucker. It is time for people to be reminded that King Pimple Dick is not no hero. For those who want to see the videos that were leaked that he's making a scene over, link the Underworld group admin at 592-671-5559 on WhatsApp. Yo, my name is Mudwata.